Hi, so in this video I'm going to show you how to take the previous grouping that we did from the keywords we got from SEMrush or wherever, and sort of break them down into further sub sections, and then we'll run a monthly search volume sort of search to see if we need to change any of the groupings. For example, if a particular keyword has a lot of searches and you just want to target that, and you could sort of break it out into its own group where there's just one or two keywords or three keywords in that group. So that's important. That's why the monthly search volume data is important, because it'll help you perhaps make a decision on if you need to break out some of the keywords into their own groups or into subgroups because they have a large search volume, or on the other side, if a particular keyword group does not have sufficient keyword search volume, then you could just choose to ignore it or combine it with a similar group, a group that has a similar theme. Okay, so aerobics would be, I would say it's right here with fitness, because these are the people looking to do pole dancing for fitness. Yeah, so let's just keep that as a separate sort of target group. So we have that group fixed up. That was sort of one of the easier ones to do. Just gonna place it right there. Okay, and then we have pole dancing. This is sort of a how-to group right here. Beginners learn how to pole dance, and lessons would also be like it's dual. This keyword could be for someone who's looking for local sort of physical classes or just online. So I'm going to take it that we have an online. For online, we sort of keep it separate. Okay, and we could have two separate groups, but let's just targeting two separate pages. But for now, let's assume this is how to pole dance group for somebody looking for sort of videos and some sort of guide on how to do pole dancing online. And then we have classes, which I would say are more like could be online classes or offline also, but let's put them and assume these are offline classes, although classes could be online also, but we'll just group them separately, and then we could always target them in separate pages or the same pages if we provide sort of physical classes in the location, or we're just giving pole dance videos and training online. Okay, so exotic dance lessons, I would just break that out into its own group because it's very niche, and if it's worth it, then we target it. Let's get the monthly search volume data on that one. Pole dance training, again pole dance classes. Exercise would be fitness right here. Move this down a bit. Training would be again classes. Let's put this in here. Sorry, put all the classes together. Classes and the lessons we could break out separately. We sort these later. We'll have to sort each group based on its search volume later, right? I'm not really worried about it. As long as they're grouped together, we're not looking at which is the high volume search or low volume search at this point of time. So free pole dancing lessons would again somebody looking for online videos, or pole dance classes would come in the classes. Training would also come under classes. Training, but I'm just going to keep it a bit separate to see if there are other training keywords. Lessons. Okay, so how to become a pole dancer? Pole dance for beginner. These are sort of very beginner keywords, and I would only keep them in a separate group if the the monthly search volumes for these were high enough to be justified. Otherwise I would just group them with the previous one. So for now, let's just keep it separate. This is also sort of could be a beginner keyword, or we could put it with the lessons, and I would base that on if there are any other keywords with training. Let's check that. No, there's just one. So let's take this and for now put it in the beginners sort of group. And pole dance moves is somebody who already sort of knows how to do pole dance but is looking for specific different types of moves and tips and tricks. Yeah, so that it could come in here, you know, in this group. So we have one more group finalized right here. I'm taking and putting all my final groups in column A. That's what I'm doing. Pole dancing school could come in someone more serious. It could come in classes. Okay, so but for now let's just keep it separate. Exotic dance lessons is again somebody who's more advanced, looking, knowing what they want. So I could put it in its own group. Let's just put it in separate here. Best pole, these are your products. So this is someone portable stripper pole, in case you're selling stripper poles, and you put it there. So these are your physical products, and I've broken them down further into shoes. We have shoes, pole, shoes, and that's not the product in the mat. Yeah, so we can just like sort of put them together. And of course we'll target separate pages. Yeah, you know what, let's just put it separately, because each of these could target a separate page. Yeah, each of these groups. So I'm gonna put the physical products. If you're selling physical products, it would come there. And exotic dance lessons and pole dance studios would be someone looking for a studio online. And if you were a local studio, then this keyword would come in use. So for now I'm just going to skip it. Exotic dance lessons would be someone who sort of knows pole dancing but is looking for something more. Oh wait, no, this doesn't even have pole dance in it, so we can just skip it. Yeah, duh, that doesn't hold for us. And these are instructor certification and other certification ones, looks like. So if you're giving certifications, you could, if you're giving certifications, you could break it out into its own group. And that's if you give certification, and if there's a decent amount of monthly search volume data, then this would be of use. The instructor's history of pole dancing is, I'm just going to delete that, and it's just not a keyword we want to target for right now. Pole dance classes near me, that would be again a localized keyword search, and that would apply if you have physical classes or a studio in your area and you want to sort of, so let's put that into the Vegas group right here. And maybe the what we pole dance studio could also come in here. Yeah, because then you could just add your city or your location keyword and you'd get one group. You just need to swap out Vegas for your, I'm gonna put that in here. I'm done with that. Pole dancing, and these are the fitness ones. Fitness near me would come in the location. We'll sort that later again. And fitness studio again would come in the location. Although now this is a combination of just pole dancing and the fitness keyword, which we have already here. But I would just group, because the people wanting to do pole dance because of fitness would be sort of different. So you could put this down, but then the Naomi would not. Yeah, these two would be physical sort of keyword groups with city, so let's keep them separate from that. And then we have the certification group. Pole dance certification, someone looking for certification. Let's keep that separate. It's also done. Pole dancing school. This could go over here with the classes, but it's like someone looking more for like a local school or maybe an online school, but I would say local school, someone wanting to go to local pole dance school. So we could have pole dancing school Vegas or whatever city you're targeting right here, and let's put it in that group. And then we have instructor certification. Let's keep that out for now. Pole dancing studio, we already got that in the local one right there, I think. Yeah, pole fitness studio, so we didn't get that, so let's put that in there. And just down one. Move this down 2, and we're left with just this one, and we'll put that on top. So let's just take this entire column, Control exit, move it down, and then put this one on top. Okay, so now we have your sort of thematic keywords grouped together, and we could now do one more pass and break them down even further if that is the case, and I'm going to get to that in the next video.